Now on 4 News Now at 6, hundreds of dollars in emergency SNAP benefits coming to an end. Why one man says this couldn't come at a worse time.
Ditch the thermals and grab your raincoats as we have warmer, wetter weather on the way. I'll help you plan your weekend around the rain in your first alert forecast.
And happening right now, a possible Chinese surveillance balloon floating above the U.S., where it is and why it hasn't been shot down. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
I'm currently barely able to pay my bills. I currently balance from paying my electrical bill 1 month, my cable bill the next. I always pay my rent on time because I'm afraid of getting evicted.
Tonight, food insecurity in the spotlight. The emergency SNAP benefits approved during the pandemic are coming to an end. Those benefits provided a much-needed income boost to millions of families across the country, including right here in Spokane. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kirsten O'Connor.
And I'm Aaron Luna. With this emergency funding coming to an end, on average, families will lose $171 per month. KXLY's Jordan Smith joins us in studio tonight with what families can expect moving forward and when this funding will dry up. Jordan.
Well, Aaron, Kirsten, these emergency funds served as an important cushion for the millions of families that qualified for food assistance programs prior to the pandemic. On average, as you said, families will lose out on $171 a month on average in assistance as that funding comes to an end on March 1st. And this announcement comes at a very difficult time with grocery prices soaring. The USDA predicts food prices will increase roughly 7% here in 2023. Factor in other costs like rent, which has skyrocketed because of a housing crisis in our region, and budgeting gets a whole lot tougher for people like Leonard Jenkins, whose monthly allotment is significantly dropping off. You were receiving $260 a month with this federal assistance. And what is it now?
$40. And I don't know how I'm going to survive. I'm currently barely able to pay my bills. I currently balance from paying my electrical bill 1 month, my cable bill the next.
And Leonard tells me that his rent alone, $1,200 a month, up $400 a month from last December. And you can see more about Leonard and his story on our website. We'll publish the full story right here after the break, after the show. Aaron, Kirsten, I'll send it back to you.
Jordan, thank you. Breaking news, the Pentagon says it's tracking a massive surveillance balloon over Montana.
Officials suspect it belongs to China and that it's about the size of 3 buses. And we have a picture here of that balloon. Officials say it was floating over highly sensitive areas like the Malmstrom Air Force Base, home to one of the nation's 3 nuclear missile silo fields. The reason it hasn't been shot down yet is because officials are concerned it could potentially hit someone on the ground. This is, of course, a developing story. We will update you just as soon as we learn more.
Anyone who uses the Magnolia Street walking bridge to cross I-90 will have to find another way around. WashDOT says it's permanently closing the bridge because of safety concerns. The bridge was built in 1969 and was set to be replaced as part of the North Spokane Corridor project. WashDOT hasn't said when the bridge will be removed.
More breaking news tonight out of Lewiston. Police there say Sandra McCarty tried to smother a patient living at the Idaho State Veterans Home this morning. Police were called to the facility on 21st Avenue around 8 this morning, and nursing staff told police that that woman was on top of the patient with her hands over the man's mouth. They tried to stop her, but police say McCarty left before officers arrived. She was later found and arrested. McCarty's now being held on first-degree attempted murder.
An update on breaking news we first brought you yesterday. The city of Lewiston confirms that human remains were found during an excavation project. They believe the remains are not a result of a crime, but could potentially be ancestral remains. The Nez Perce tribe will handle the discovery moving forward. The warm-up continues around the inland Northwest.
While some people aren't too happy about missing the snow, there's going to be rain on the way. There's your silver lining. Let's send it over to Chris Crocker with your first alert forecast.
Well, here are 4 things to know about your weather. Our warming trend continues through Saturday. Tomorrow, the warmest day in almost a week. We have some mountain snow on the way for tomorrow, particularly tomorrow evening. The possibility of some valley rain showers. They will be fairly hit and miss and very, very light, but our odds of wet weather increase through the weekend with the wettest day on Sunday. Temperatures, meanwhile, for highs today We got above freezing throughout the Spokane area, did a lot of melting on the roads, and a lot of the roads are dry now as well, which definitely helps as our temperatures are dropping down below freezing in many locations. There'll still be plenty of icy spots as you head out tonight and tomorrow morning. It's 24 right now in Deer Park, 31 in Coeur d'Alene, and 32 at Spokane International Airport. Meanwhile, around the region, we find 20s in Omak, Grand Coulee, Colville, and Bonners Ferry. Still 45 in Lewiston. It's 36 degrees in St. Mary's. This evening, we'll be dropping down into the 20s. It's going to be a chilly evening with an increase in clouds tonight. I'll tell you about the wet weather on the way and let you know how much warmer it is going to get in just a few minutes. Aaron?
Thank you, Chris. Breaking news out of Deer Park. Computers and instruments are just some of the items that were stolen from a nonprofit tutoring company in Deer Park. In total, 8 laptops, a projector, headphones, musical instruments, microphones, lighting equipment, and 2 computers were taken from Cloverleaf Education. Cloverleaf provides after-school programs, STEM camps, music lessons, and private tutoring.
Well, she just won re-election in November, but tonight Spokane County Auditor Vicki Dalton says she's retiring at the end of her 4-year term. Dalton has been Spokane's auditor for 24 years. She'll be 65 at the end of 2026 and says she has a few other things she wants to do in life. She says she's announcing her retirement now so that if someone wants to become the auditor, they can talk with her and see what it's all about. Dalton says she has a house full of yarn and fabric and is looking forward to endless projects. Well, Washington is the only state in the country that doesn't require kids to attend school until they're 8 years old.
Well, this year the legislature is looking to lower that age to 6, and during the bill's last hearing, parents across the state testified against the bill. Lawmakers say this bill would help students become better readers. Bronte Sorotsky joins us in studio and explains why the proposed change is getting so much pushback. Bronte.
Well, all of the testimony given on this bill from parents was in opposition. Some parents worry that this could push their kids to start school before they're ready. The Washington Homeschool Association is a nonprofit that supports homeschooling across the state. The organization's advocacy chair testified during the last hearing against the bill. If passed, it would require all students to enroll in homeschool or school in person by age 6. She says she worries that putting kids in school before they're ready could be damaging.
It's untrue in public schools, it's untrue in private schools, and it's untrue in homeschooling. Kids end up developing in their own way, in their own time, regardless of which of these 3 situations they find themselves in. They just don't get penalized for it in homeschooling. So a lot of times it's really interesting.
The lawmakers sponsoring the bill say that kids should be learning as early as possible. Senator Lisa Wellman says doing so will set them up to be more successful in the future.
I think I cannot stress enough how important it is to begin learning as early as possible. And parents are some of the best teachers that a child will ever have. But you need to start teaching, and so that learning takes place.
Now, the bill will head to the Ways and Means Committee, but no vote has been scheduled yet. The bill is now in the Senate Ways and Means Committee, where it awaits a vote. If passed, it'll head to the Senate floor. Live in studio, Bronte Sorotsky, 4 News Now.
Bronte, thank you. Some Washington lawmakers want to make private and homeschooling more accessible. The new bill that could save families tens of thousands of dollars coming up. 6 more weeks of winter. That's according to one groundhog in Pennsylvania.
Meteorologist Matt Gray takes a look at Punxsutawney Phil's track record to see how accurate he really is at predicting the weather here in the inland Northwest. And it's the last night of the Spokane Spirit Games. We'll take you inside the Spokane Arena where Central Valley and University High School are battling for a pair of stinky sneakers. Next on 4 News Now at 6.
Track live radar on the 4 News Now weather app.
Save your green!
It's time for a new shower, but you don't want the hassle. You just want it done. Rebath, from start to stunning. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,250 off your complete bathroom remodel.
Now it's official. Xfinity has the fastest internet and the fastest mobile service. That's right, Xfinity just increased internet speeds again. And Xfinity Mobile gives you can't catch me speeds. Plus, save hundreds on internet for your first 2 years when you add mobile. The fastest internet, the fastest mobile service, and major savings? Can't argue with the facts. Get Xfinity Gig Speed Internet with unlimited data included. It's just $50 a month for 2 full years when you add Xfinity Mobile. Switch today.
This February, Hagedorn Marine Group is giving away a free pontoon boat. Join us at the 2023 Coeur d'Alene Boat Expo, February 1st through the 6th, for a chance to win a 2023 Barletta pontoon boat. Every attendee will be entered to win, and one lucky winner will walk away with a new $70,000 boat guaranteed. Tickets are free to the Coeur d'Alene Boat Expo. It's taking place February 1st through the 6th from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Sign up at cdaboatexpo.com. Other exclusions may apply.
Everyone loves winter fun, and you can take it even farther in a Honda. Experience the season's joys and conquer its challenges with Snow Mode, standard on all Honda SUVs and truck. Because no matter how tough winter gets, you can still have fun driving in it. Honda, Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com best overall brand for 2022. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
It's time for a new shower, but you don't want the hassle. You just want it done. Rebath, from start to stunning. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,250 off your complete bathroom remodel.
Punxsutawney Phil, ladies and gentlemen.
It's Groundhog Day again. It's Groundhog Day again. And America's most famous rodent is predicting 6 more weeks of winter. Punxsutawney Phil saw his shadow this morning. He's in western Pennsylvania, and the saying goes that if he sees his shadow, winter continues for 6 weeks. If he doesn't, spring gets here early. Then Phil delivers his prediction to the world through his inner circle, all those dudes you see with top hats. If you're skeptical that Phil's prediction works in the inland Northwest, we understand, after all, it is 2,000 miles away.
And that's why we have our team of weather experts trying to answer the tough questions about Phil. New at 6, here's meteorologist Matt Gray with whether we can trust this groundhog.
Yeah, hard-hitting stuff today, that's for sure. So, and we'll start with this, right? No matter where I go, I always hear this joke, especially around Groundhog Day. Oh, you're a weatherman? It must be nice to be right only half the time and still keep your job. Well, guess what? Phil, well, hold on, dramatic pause, only 40% right, so take that, Phil. We're still better than you. If we just look at temperatures in the inland Northwest, Phil, not doing so hot either, especially the last 10 years. This chart comparing Phil's work to local temperatures in February and March, all the way since 1993. Phil's accuracy is a little bit higher than the national average, but still not great, only 46%. That is an F in every single class you go to. I wanted to see if there were some critters that maybe knew the Northwest a little bit better, but I didn't end up having much luck here. See, there's Boise Bill, but according to his handlers at the Boise City Zoo, he's on vacation. And then I checked in with Snohomish Slough. He's the ground frog on the west side, but he says his predictions only count for Western Washington, which is the most typical thing I've ever heard. After those failures, I knew that I had to take matters into my own hands earlier today. All right, Weather Cat. Let's see if you can see your shadow. Sure looks like it. There you go. 6 more weeks of winter. So says my cat. If you need some other convincing, I mean, really you shouldn't, but if you do, the U.S. Climate Prediction Center is forecasting a pretty good chance for cooler and wetter weather than we usually see in February, March, and even into April as well. So maybe we should be enjoying this nice weather we are seeing right now. Now, for a forecast for someone who actually knows what they're talking about, Chris Crocker.
I don't know. I think Pete should be added to the storm team, to be honest. He's pretty accurate, too. Let's talk about our current conditions across the region. We are down below freezing in Coeur d'Alene right now with clear skies. Will not stay clear for long. 32 in Spokane. The good news, a lot of our roads have completely dried out, at least the main roads, so we're not quite as concerned tonight about those areas of ice you get onto the side roads, however, and that is another story. We're heading down to an overnight low tonight of 23 degrees with mostly cloudy skies. More melting tomorrow, a high of 41, a slight chance of showers. I'll show you the computer model in just a moment. Winds out of the southeast at 5 to 15 miles per hour. Those will be picking up a little bit as this system approaches. We have high pressure in control right now. We enjoyed some sunshine today and slightly warmer weather. A weakening system comes through tomorrow. It's going to bring some snow to the Cascades starting tomorrow morning and into the mountains of northeast Washington and North Idaho by late afternoon and evening. In Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, we're going to be left with just a few isolated showers. Then we have another system that will be approaching for Sunday, bringing a much better chance of wet weather. And actually, that will be picking up as early as Saturday night. Still working out the timing on this precipitation for the weekend, but I would circle Sunday as your indoor day. Here's our forecast radar starting off Friday at 7 a.m. Very hit and miss light showers until about 5 o'clock. Then things really pick up through North Idaho. Snow level will be dropping down to around 3,000 to 3,500 feet, but we're mainly looking at mountain snow accumulations 1 to 3 inches in the mountains. Meanwhile, it is rain around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. By the time we're into Saturday, we have another round of wet weather coming in the morning. Mountain snow, valley rain, and then through the day on Saturday, hit and miss showers here Saturday at 6 p.m. with a better chance of some steady precipitation. As we get into Sunday morning, we may see some snow mixing in the valleys, but I don't think we'll be shoveling through the weekend. If you do see some snow mixing in, the main concern is going to be if you are traveling in the mountains going over the passes. That's where you're going to run into some problems with snow. Overnight lows tonight will be down in the 20s around the region, 23 in Spokane, 27 degrees in Coeur d'Alene. Our highs tomorrow, lots of 40s from Bonners Ferry down through Pullman, 50 tomorrow in Lewiston. Still some cold air trapped around Winthrop and Omak. We'll be in the 30s there. Here's a look at your planning forecast. 20% chance of showers Friday and Saturday. That increases Saturday night and into a wet Sunday. High of 36 Sunday, and then we're warming back up into the 40s again. Overnight lows above freezing many of the nights ahead, but there's still going to be some freezing and thawing going on. Snow in the mountains and the ski report coming up in the next half hour. Aaron?
Thank you, Chris. Well, if you ever feel bored by doing the same things day after day, you may be experiencing groundhog syndrome. Made popular by the movie, it feels like each day is the same. You're reliving it over and over. One psychologist says that when we do the same things day to day, we can get bored and even feel trapped. But you can break the cycle. You can start by trying new things.
We do new activities for the very first time. It triggers new neural pathways in our brain. It forms new connections. That's what leaves these lasting and vivid memories.
Breaking out of the norm can help you break out of your rut. The psychologist says our brains love routines, so keep those routines, but add in new twists. She says just changing it up a little will go a long way. 4 News Now will be right back.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
4 News Now is brought to you by R&R RV.
At Fred Meyer, we want our fresh produce to meet your expectations, which is why we do up to a 27-point inspection to check for things like color and scarring. Because when it comes to fresh, higher standards mean fresher produce. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
The icy winds of winter are here. Whether you're heading up to the slopes or just traveling through a mountain pass, you need a vehicle that can handle the icy conditions. Stay in control with trucks, and more trucks from Northwest Motorsport.
Looking for some fun? Then come play for the day at the Coeur d'Alene Casino and discover new ways to win big inside the new Discovery Den, the first and only video game testing room in the U.S. with many of the top manufacturers in the world under one roof, where you get to play them first and decide which games stay and which ones don't. You will set the trends for the future of gaming, only at the Coeur d'Alene Casino.
Welcome home.
When it's time to replace that old furnace or water heater, your choice of contractor is obvious. Give the experts at Bill's Heating and Air a call. Bill's Heating installs the top brands and always offers a low price guarantee. And now, you can take part in the Zags Win You Win promotion. If the Gonzaga Bulldogs win the 2023 National Championship, all eligible equipment purchased before March 15th will be refunded. Call Bill's Heating today or visit the website for official contest rules.
At Colville Toyota, the pups are always sniffing out a deal that works best for you. Plus, our entire team is customer-focused.
If you want a hassle-free, simple, easy, enjoyable, and quick customer service, take a scenic drive to Colville Toyota.
We're customer-centered and here to help you with the new Toyota car, SUV, truck, and our mix of certified and used vehicles.
Colville Toyota, where it's easy to buy, easy to do business with.
We're your small-town dealership with a big heart.
When your door is always open, so is the fridge. At Fred Meyer, however you shop, in-store, pickup, or delivery, you get the same great prices, deals, and rewards. That's a win-win-win. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
There you have it. Fans.
There we go.
That's a little more action than we saw earlier. They are getting warmed up. Those are the fans inside the Spokane Arena. That arena has been loud all week long. Spirit Week concludes tonight. One of the more unique traditions that we see around here.
Yeah, Central Valley and University are going head-to-head, or should I say toe-to-toe?
Toe-to-toe. I like it.
This is all about the stinky sneaker tonight.
Hence, toe-to-toe.
You like that. That was just for Aaron. Sports director Julian Minnesota is shaking his head at me now. He joins us live inside a very loud Spokane Arena. Julian, how has the stinky sneaker compared to the other Spirit games this week?
Well, guys, last night I said the Groovy Shoes probably had the loudest crowd of the week so far here in Spirit Week. But like you said, these crowds are warming up, and they're giving those crowds a run for their money right now. Central Valley University going head-to-head in the Spirit competition. The game on the court and the student school Spirit off the court. They are playing for this bad boy right here, the stinky sneaker. Look at that. One of the most one-of-a-kind trophies they have here in Spirit Week. You got the blue and white there for the Central Valley colors and the crimson and gold for the university colors. And I can confirm it is indeed stinky. Probably the stinkiest of the prizes that they've had so far here in Spirit Week. But now, it's not just about the basketball on the court between these schools, guys. It's about the school spirit. So the cheers you hear behind me, that's how these schools are going to get judged when it comes to hoisting up this trophy at the end of the day. And right now, it's pretty close, I got to say.
Julian knows stinky. He works in the sports department. It's pretty stinky back there, too. But, Julian, what's the score? Who's winning right now?
Well, we're going to take a live look at the court right here. It's in the fourth quarter, about 5.5 minutes left. Central Valley just scored, so they lead University here in the girls' game 41-36. But this game has been back and forth the entire way. There is still a lot of basketball to be played. Of course, we'll have highlights of this one. Then the boys' game is going to follow at about 7 o'clock. And then they are going to try to see who is going to win this stinky sneaker when all the judges' scoring is done for the night. Guys, a lot of fun here.
This came close to smelling that shoe, but I really want to see you kind of get in there. Oh, Julian, you're the best.
The risk of the job.
Thanks, Julian. Well, after almost 6 years, we now know what will be moving into the old Albertsons building on the South Hill. Why families in the area say the Move Fitness will do more than just give people a place to work out. Coming up.
And a push to make homeschooling and private schools more accessible. Why some lawmakers say a new bill would take away from underfunded public schools. Coming up on 4 News Now.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Those responsible for making our local roads and highways safe for winter travel would like to remind you that snow removal is an important, critical, and precise task. Please give the right-of-way to removal equipment so we can all get where we need to go quickly and safely.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on the next task. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXOI.com to nominate it. 4 News Now Extreme Team brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
Did you know that Spokane Hyperbaric Center uses oxygen to reduce pain, inflammation, and swelling?
I didn't know that.
Did you know that hyperbaric oxygen therapy promotes new blood vessel growth, fights infection, and releases more stem cells from your bone marrow?
I didn't know that.
Would you like to know if Spokane Hyperbaric Center is the right choice for you? Go to hyperbarichope.com to find out.
Spokane Hyperbaric Center gave us hope. And now you know.
Whether you're in the market for affordable furniture, clothing, or vintage treasures, you'll find what you need at UGM thrift stores. But checking off your list is not all you'll accomplish. Every purchase and donation opens the doors for men, women, and children experiencing homelessness to get the help they need. Your support provides food and shelter, job training, and holistic recovery services at Union Gospel Mission. Stop in today and offer life change.
It's Falco's biggest end-of-season closeout sale ever. EnviroFire wood, gas, and pellet-burning fireplaces are in stock and on sale. Display and demo models with over $1,000 in savings. Don't wait until next season. Get the best deal of the year now at Falco's. EnviroFire fireplaces are in stock and installation appointments are available today. Ask about special financing and clean air discounts too. Falco's EnviroFire closeout sale on now. 9310 East Sprague, Spokane Valley.
It all comes down to this. One Celebrity Jeopardy champion.
What is Seattle? Who's Gandhi? What is a unicorn?
$1 million to charity on the line. I'm short of breath. This is very exciting.
Celebrity Jeopardy season finale tonight on ABC.
Winter weather means hazardous driving conditions. If you must travel, follow these guidelines to keep everyone safe. Slow down and keep a safe following distance. Use traction tires. Give snow and emergency vehicles the right of way. Carry an emergency kit. Brought to you by Lakes, Worley, Post Falls, and Eastside Highway Districts. 4 News Now is brought to you by Pape Machinery.
Around the nation tonight, President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris met with members of the Congressional Black Caucus today.
They're discussing pushing police reform after the death of Tyre Nichols. ABC's M. Wynn has more.
Today, President Biden meeting with the Congressional Black Caucus at the White House amid renewed calls for police reform.
We got to stay at it as long as it takes. How can we make some progress on police reform of consequence and violence in our communities?
This after recently released video shows the violent beating of 29-year-old Tyre Nichols by Memphis police officers following a traffic stop. He died 3 days later. Vice President Kamala Harris at Nichols' funeral Wednesday, vowing to stay committed to cracking down on police brutality.
We demand that Congress pass the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act. Joe Biden will sign it.
But back in Washington, an all-too-familiar inflection point. The last round of bipartisan negotiations for comprehensive police reform fell apart in 2021 over several issues, including qualified immunity, the legal doctrine that limits victims' lawsuits against police officers. At that time, Biden signed an executive order to create a national database of police misconduct, among other provisions.
To state the obvious, everybody knows that Tyre was buried, just laid to rest. My hope is this dark memory spurs some action that we've all been fighting for.
The Congressional Black Caucus now focused on 2 things, requesting for the president to talk about policing in his State of the Union next week and using the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act as a starting framework for new legislation.
We need your help to make sure we can get the legislative actions that are necessary to save lives.
The parents of Tyre Nichols accepted an invitation to attend President Biden's State of the Union address next week. House Democrats plan to reintroduce the George Floyd Act right after the address. M. Wynn, ABC News, Washington.
Some good news for people looking to buy a new home. Mortgage rates have continued to drop for 4 straight weeks. Freddie Mac reported that the 30-year fixed rate mortgage averaged 6.09%. That is down from 6.13% from last week after increases for most of last year. Rates have been trending downward since November, alongside data that continues to show inflation may have peaked.
The FBI is expected to search the Indianapolis home and Washington office of former Vice President Mike Pence. Sources say agents will look for classified documents. The Pence team has expressed that they want to completely cooperate. The search comes after an initial discovery of classified document at Pence's house. Ticketmaster says it's come up with a solution to prevent another ticket meltdown.
What changes the company is making coming up.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Don't need glasses. See us for your contacts and save on your annual supply.
Chihuahua Casino is all about having fun. We have over 300 gaming machines and are always adding new ones. You could win your share of $6,000 cash. And one lucky winner will receive this 2023 Can-Am Commander. Drawings start at 5 p.m. Saturday, February 25th. Chihuahua Casino, we are the place that treats you right. 100% non-smoking, jackpots, food, sports betting, live table games, and fun. Learn more at ChihuahuaCasino.com.
My dad has dementia, Alzheimer's. The major issue that we face as a multi-generation family is what is the care for the caregivers? Especially for the younger generation, Walk Cares will provide peace of mind that when you need some time off to take care of yourself while taking care of the family. For people of color, for minority communities who are already shy of asking for help, when they need it, it's out there, it's available, and it's easy to go ask for help.
There are a lot of ways to deal with a stubborn drain. Call us at Mainstream Plumbing. Our high-definition LED camera can go where no plumber's gone before, deep inside your sewer lines to find the root of the problem. Call 866-411-ZAP.
The icy winds of winter are here. Whether you're heading up to the slopes or just traveling through a mountain pass, you need a vehicle that can handle the icy conditions. Stay in control with trucks, and more trucks from Northwest Motorsport.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Shopko Optical welcomes more insurance plans than ever. Call to book an exam and verify coverage.
Next ET, one-on-one with Shania Twain.
I decided that I would do a nude photo shoot. Lights full blast on.
Her musical crowning moment and Shania's personal request to pal Harry Styles.
So if I did a duet with him on that would be awesome.
Plus, our Jennifer Grey exclusive, the latest on the Dirty Dancing sequel.
Baby could find herself possibly in a corner again.
Next ET.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30. Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Attending a private school or homeschooling your child may not always be financially attainable for people.
Legislators in Olympia are trying to change who can receive funding for their child's education. New at 6, our Vanessa Perez is in studio with a look at what the bill would do. Vanessa.
Yeah, well, House Bill 1615 would create what's called an education savings fund for students across the state. If passed, families who meet eligibility and want another option other than public school would benefit. While supporters say this would help students who feel left behind, others believe it takes away from the public education system.
Education plays a huge role in a child's life, but it's not a one-size-fits-all for some.
But the key to it is that all children should have access to opportunity, not just the children who have parents who can afford to have access to opportunity.
As written, the bill would provide funding to families who want to enroll in other education options other than public school. Students without a disability could see up to around $10,000. Those with one could receive about $20,000. Money would cover tuition costs and fees for private schools and online learning. Families could use it for needed textbooks, extracurricular activities, tutoring, uniforms, and more.
Hoping that we'll be able to see clear and put money where the work is needed and allow these parents to find the services for their children.
The priority would be given to students with a disability, households at or above 300% of the poverty level, students previously enrolled in a challenged public school, and an eligible student who is a sibling of a participating student. One parent spoke about how her family took her daughter's education into their own hands.
And we now have a 4-year-old that can read, spell, do addition and subtraction. We have done this on my husband's VA disability dime, and this has been difficult, and we know we could have done a lot more for her education if we had the means to do so.
The bill drew opposition from some, including the Office Superintendent of Public Instruction, who says the funding would take away from underfunded public schools.
That's right. For every child in our state, we must first and foremost honor our commitment to programs and policies designed to invest, not disinvest, in public education.
They argue public schools already fit the needs of a variety of families through areas like learning programs and technical education.
WASDA believes private schools make their greatest contribution to a diverse society by remaining strictly independent of government. Public funds shall not be used to support private schools directly or indirectly through tax credits, vouchers, or similar mechanisms.
The Washington Council of Student Achievement Council would be in charge of the savings account. These funds would be distributed to over 94,000 students. The bill is headed to an executive session in the House Committee on Education next Thursday, but due to its potential impacts to public education, will likely not go anywhere. Live in studio, Vanessa Perez, 4 News Now.
Vanessa, thank you. A new report says the decline in college enrollment we've seen over the last few years is easing up. That's according to the National Student Clearinghouse Research Center. The report found that 2022 fall undergraduate enrollment decreased by just 0.6% compared to a year earlier. A portion of the easing is because of a 4.3% jump in freshman enrollment. College enrollment had been declining for a decade, but the pandemic made the problem considerably worse.
Here is a live look over the Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena. Boy, that parking lot was absolutely covered in ice and snow just a couple of days ago, and we have done so much melting, and the warming trend continues. Our 4 things to know. We're heading into the 40s over the next couple of days. Mountain snow tomorrow with the possibility of some very light shower activity in the form of rain in the valleys. The wettest day of the next few days into the weekend will be on Sunday. That's how it looks right now. Temperatures presently have dropped below freezing in many locations. Road temperatures are already there, so if you do still have some wet roads and sidewalks in your neighborhood, those will be turning icy. It's 24 in Deer Park right now, 32 at the airport in Spokane, 31 in Coeur d'Alene, and 33 in both downtown and Spokane Valley. Our high temperatures tomorrow even warmer than today. Look at all the 40s from Fairchild Air Force Base all the way through to Coeur d'Alene, 43 in Spangle tomorrow and 40 in Meade. Only Deer Park staying in the 30s. There is a chance of some light rain. Here's a look at our forecast rain starting off at 7 o'clock in the morning. We'll start to see that moving in the afternoon in parts of North Idaho. That will be the best chance. There's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, a little bit of light rain in Spirit Lake, and then a better chance of wet weather as we get into the evening, but rainfall totals are going to be very, very light in the hundredths of an inch with this first round of wet weather on Friday. But there's more rain and snow for the mountains coming in the 7-day forecast. I'll have that in just a few minutes. Aaron?
Thank you, Chris. The last new Boeing 747 took off heading from Everett to Cincinnati. On the way, the plane did some aerial ballet and drew the shape of a crown in the sky. Well, with the number 747, it honored the 747's moniker, Queen of the Skies, and took more than 2 hours to complete. The captain said some of the maneuvers were so tricky the computer system initially refused to plot them. They had to improvise. I think they did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
After sitting empty for years, a new Move Fitness will be moving into the old Albertsons building. It closed in 2017.
Since then, neighbors have been concerned about the next business to move in and a graffiti problem near the site. The new fitness center is going to be on 37th Avenue on the South Hill. Tonight, people living near that site are glad to hear about this new development for their community, and our Peter Choi is live with the very latest. Peter?
Yeah, guys, I spoke to local businesses today who tell me this new fitness center will bring more people to the community, and tonight they're glad to get their questions answered after nearly 6 years.
You know, just having an empty building doesn't do anybody any good, and give some employment. It'll be good for the neighborhood.
Sitting empty for years since 2017, a site of the old Albertson building is getting a new tenant.
Excited to announce that Move Fitness has signed a lease to occupy the former Albertsons at 13th and Grand.
Managing broker Chris Bell says his client has been searching for the right fit for years.
My client was committed to finding the right fit for not only for the building, but for the community. And they value relationships and they value long-term tenancies.
Local mechanic shop owner welcomes this news.
I think it's a good thing. Yeah, that having that empty building like that for all this time, it's time something should be good for the neighborhood.
Because he has been dealing with stress over several rumors of new possible tenants. The external space of the building has been a major headache for years.
A lot of graffiti on the walls over there and things like that. That should put an end to that. You know, I went over there myself and actually painted it to get rid of it.
The Comstock Neighborhood Council says unmanaged landscaping like trees, bushes, and alley have been common complaint by residents, and a new tenant would help clean things up. Plus, bringing a big fitness center means possibly more customers to restaurants.
Put some more eyes on the building where people that otherwise wouldn't be driving through this part of town. You know, a couple hundred members over there every day going to and from. It might help us out.
The broker says the new tenant is finalizing plans for moving right now, such as budgeting for improvements. And there's no word yet when this fitness center will open. But based on the similar projects in the past, he says it will opening in late summer or early fall is likely. Live in Spokane tonight, Peter Choi, 4 News Now.
Peter, thank you. People all over the world are anxiously awaiting for their chance to get their hands on a pair of tickets to Beyonce's Renaissance tour.
Yeah, many are worried that Ticketmaster won't be able to handle the demand after the site crashed when Taylor Swift tickets went on sale.
It's a valid concern.
The company says instead of releasing tickets for all shows at once, they're going to institute rolling sales dates depending on the city. But you must sign up as a verified fan, which will discourage bots and ticket resellers. It's a lottery-style process which will determine which fans get a unique access code and be placed on the wait list. Well, it's still too early to break out the swimsuits, but it is the perfect time to plan your summer vacation when you should book your flight to get the best deal coming up.
And we go back out to the Spokane Arena for an update from the Stinky Sneaker game between Central Valley and University. That's coming up in sports.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
4 News Now is brought to you by End the Violence.
Live with Kelly and Ryan.
At the Coeur d'Alene Boat Expo, you'll find better boats, better prices, and bigger savings. Attend the Coeur d'Alene Boat Expo February 1st through the 6th, where you'll find the region's largest inventory of new and used boats under 64,000 feet of indoor display area. The Coeur d'Alene Boat Expo features names like Chris Craft, Cobalt, Harris, Barletta, Malibu, Regal, Axis, Cruiser Yachts, and Core Custom, plus a huge display of used boats. Be sure to attend the Coeur d'Alene Boat Expo February 1st through the 6th, next to Cedars Floating Restaurant in Coeur d'Alene, sponsored by Hagedon Marine.
You want to know why I call South Carolina home? Come on, take a road trip with me. When you look around, you can really get a sense of why I love my home state. From the beaches all the way up to the beautiful mountains, South Carolina's got awesome scenery, cool cities, rich culture, and super friendly people. Of course, the best thing you could do is come down to South Carolina and find your own favorite places. Come see why I love this place.
All children deserve a safe place to be a kid. At Northeast Youth Center, the staff provides a positive, secure, engaging environment for kids to thrive. Help make a difference in a kid's life by purchasing your tickets to the Building Brighter Futures fundraiser, Saturday, March 4th at Northern Quest Resort and Casino. This event raises money to support low-income, at-risk youth in our community. Find out how you can become a sponsor and buy tickets today at SpokaneNEYC.com.
Yes! Who will win big and be the next American Idol? American Idol season premiere Sunday, February 19th on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Ooh, the ski report. This is such a fantastic time of year to ski, especially if maybe you're just starting off or maybe you don't like the cold. It's warmer and the groomers are soft. You get some sunshine going, and also the ski areas start having all kinds of fun events. Look out past tomorrow. It's going to be a nice day. Temperatures, these are lodge highs, 38 for a high. Go up the mountain, you're not going to have to worry about things getting slushy, but it is going to be overcast. You may get some hints of sunshine throughout the day, but the machine-groomed, state-of-the-art corduroy will be waiting for you, and it will be fantastic. More European skiing, I like to say, because they enjoy the corduroy. 49 degrees north, 37 degrees at the base. Machine groom, goodness, they've had some fresh snow in the last 24 hours, and you'll get more fresh snow as you get into the weekend. Silver Mountain, 34 at the base. Little bit windy. Anytime the winds are picking up, you always want to double check the websites. Make sure everything's operating anywhere you may travel, because they often run into little problems with power outages and other concerns, and they sell out these days too. Tickets, I found out the hard way. Mount Spokane, 38 degrees at the base, but beautiful conditions. Their machine-groomed runs are just mwah. Schweitzer Mountain, still having some issues with their computer system, so they're asking for some patience. You'll want to get on their website to check the latest on that. But right now, you can't buy tickets on the website. You have to drive to the resort to buy. They've got some pack powder as well as machine groom runs, and there's a little bit of fresh snow on the way. Here's a look at our forecast snowfall for Friday. By Saturday morning at 9 o'clock, first chair, there'll be a little bit of fresh snow at Lookout Pass, at Silver, Schweitzer, 2 to 4 inches of snow. Also some fresh snow at Mount Spokane, a little bit at Chewelah at 49 degrees north as well. Everybody likes a little bit of fresh snow on top of the groomers just to soften things up. Here's a look at our forecast. High pressure in control right now, but we do have the first in a series of systems coming in tomorrow, bringing that little bit of snow for Saturday skiing and some light rain showers down in the valleys. A more significant system coming in on Saturday night and into Sunday, and that's going to bring some heavier mountain snow and a mix of rain and snow down in the valleys. On Sunday morning, we may wake up with a bit of a rain-snow mix. No accumulation in the valleys, turning all to rain, and may turn back into a rain-snow mix Sunday night. But I don't think there'll be anything to shovel over the next week, and we're going to keep melting the snow on some of those ice-packed streets and side streets over the next several days, Aaron.
Good to know. Thank you, Chris. And while we're still talking about fresh snow at ski resorts, experts say now's the perfect time to book your summer vacation.
ABC's Rena Roy reports on the best way to get bargains.
2022 was not a great year for travel. Flight cancellations, delays, and staffing shortages dominated the headlines and left a lot of frustrated and angry travelers. But Going.com's Scott Kays says he's optimistic about travel this year.
I think the overall trend of travel in 2023 is going to be a renormalization of everything from airfare to cancellations to rental cars.
Kay says that the best way to make sure you're getting a good deal on your flight is to book at the right time.
If you're hoping to travel domestically, trying to get that flight booked by late March. After that point, fares are generally going to move in one direction and it's not down.
If you're thinking about an overseas trip, start looking even earlier.
Probably by late February, maybe early March at the latest. After that point, I think, again, fares are going to get quite a bit more expensive.
Kay says you're likely to get better deals if you look at the beginning or the end of the summer.
The first 2 weeks of June, the last 2 weeks of August are typically going to be 30 or 40% cheaper than flights in the middle of summer.
And if you're intimidated by the idea of booking flights too far ahead of time, don't be. Kay FAA says that airlines have made it far easier to change your flights without having to pay a fee. Plus, it gives you more time to enjoy the anticipation.
Not only are you going to get far cheaper flights generally, but you also give yourself a lot more time to sort of daydream about that trip.
Rena Roy, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Stream 4 News now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
PB and J? PB before we go. P before we go. P before we go. See you tomorrow? Yeah.
It's back. If the Gonzaga men's basketball team wins the 2023 National Championship, Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning will refund all eligible equipment purchased from Bill's Heating and Air between January 15th and March 15th. Yes, you heard that right. So call today and get your new instant hot water tank, furnace, or AC unit. Treat yourself to heated floors or many of the other products we offer at Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning. Terms and conditions apply. Go to callbillsheating.com for more.
Today, tonight, and tomorrow, Cal Cars is kicking off the month with a 72-hour sale at all 3 Cal locations, where they are marking down over 72 trucks, cars, and SUVs to sell fast. Plus, delaying all payments until May 1st. And $0 down is all you need. Save thousands and trade your old vehicle in for something better with a complimentary 2-year service maintenance plan included. But it's only today, tonight, and tomorrow at Cal.
Bluey, Bingo, Bandit and Chili are coming to a theatre near you.
Do you want to play musical statues with us?
Join the Healers in their first ever live stage show, Bluey's Big Play.
Look, Mum, Dad's playing with us.
A fun-filled show made for the whole family. It's Bluey brought to real life. Book now for Bluey's Big Play. We can't wait to see you there.
For a limited time only, get a new John Deere 1023E compact utility tractor with a 120E loader for only $199 per month. Take advantage of this exclusive offer for low monthly payments on top-of-the-line equipment that gets the job done, backed by our consistent quality customer service. Hurry in to your local Pape Machinery, Ag, and Turf store today to cash in on these limited-time offers and get your property ready for the spring ahead. Pape keeps you moving.
Morning. Who said that? Whoa, where did that come from? Floating money.
It's funny.
Good luck out there.
4 News Now is brought to you by End the Violence.
And welcome into sports. Julian Minnesone live here at Spokane Arena for the battle for the Stinky Sneaker between Central Valley and University. The girls' game just ended not too long ago. Central Valley won that one over University 54-51. I'm going to take you inside the arena here to what's going on at halftime, though. They're in center court. This is the Central Valley color guard and dance team. They are doing their spirit chants and dances right now. Their theme is Shoe York City. So based on New York City theme, that is a theme for Central Valley this year as they're trying to take home the Stinky Sneaker. I don't have the Stinky Sneaker with me right now as it is in the middle of the show right now. It's been very busy tonight going around the arena. Tending to different things, but it's part of Rivalry Week and the Spirit Week here at Spokane Arena, where they're all not just playing basketball, but also going for spirit games and all that fun stuff being judged right there on the court for this Shoe York City rendition of the Central Valley dance. So we're going to have an update there on this one throughout the sportscast here. Over to college basketball. Gonzaga women's hoops is taking on Santa Clara on the road as we speak. Gonzaga leads 35-34. Gonzaga is looking to remain perfect in conference play. The Bulldogs won the first meeting 78-61 last month in Spokane. Gonzaga men's basketball is also taking on Santa Clara tonight. Gonzaga won the first meeting against Santa Clara last month, but it was way too close for comfort. That was an 81-76 victory for the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs and Broncos tip off at 8 o'clock from McCarthy Athletic Center tonight. Washington State men's basketball is down in L.A. for the matchup against USC. The Cougars beat the Trojans the first time around 81-71 back on New Year's Day. But Washington State has struggled in Southern California. The Cougars haven't won at USC since 2015. But one key player for the Cougars will be starting point guard T.J. Bamba, who is playing through a hand injury.
He's going to be dealing with that the whole season a little bit. It's definitely, we need him because of his defense. We've been really, since he came back, our D has been great. And then he's just got to mitigate kind of how he's going to manage playing with the hand.
And tip-off between Washington State and USC is set for 8 o'clock tonight from the Galen Center in Los Angeles. Back here at Spokane Arena for the Spirit Games, a battle for the Stinky Sneaker. The girls won on the side of Central Valley. We'll see if the boys can follow up for University and kind of even the score there. But again, it is not just about basketball tonight. Both teams and both schools will be judged on the crowd, the dances that are going on behind me, all the cheers, and all that school spirit, that fun stuff that we've seen all week long. This is the main event of the week, and we'll see who hoists up that stinky sneaker tonight on Night Song. Live inside Spokane Arena tonight, Julian Minnesone for News Now Sports.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
I'm a little over my head here.
We can certainly take care of that for you. When you're looking for a company that's noteworthy, look no further than Mainstream Electric.
Friday Night Sports Extra Hoops Edition.
It's the same show we do during the football season on Friday nights where we have all the highlights, big plays, scores from around the Inland Northwest.
This week's best of local high school basketball. Your favorite high school athletes in the spotlight. Friday Night Sports Extra on 4 News Now, Nightside at 11 and streaming on KXLY+.
This week on Svengoolie.
My boys call it the Black Lagoon.
Uh-oh. You know what that means?
It appeared to be human.
That's right. The catch of the day is Creature from the Black Lagoon on the next Svengoolie.
Saturday night at 8 on MeTV 4.2.
You can't believe everything you hear. Like George Washington never chopped down that old cherry tree. But you can believe in big savings during the President's Day Super Sale at Furniture Row. Right now, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Check out special purchases while they last. Plus, 4 years, no interest financing. Shop the largest selection at the lowest prices, guaranteed. The President's Day Super Sale, on now at Furniture Row.
Watch me. Watch me tumble, jump, and soar. When our squad is on point, we own the floor. Dazzling stunts and dances are my jam. Pain once caused issues, but they had a plan. A life-changing brace with no surgery to fear. Activity without limits, one more reason to cheer. Watch me. Industry-leading scoliosis treatment at Shriners Children's. The most amazing care anywhere.
Where's Mommy?
Oh, hey, sweetie. Mother Nature is at work, but Father Nature's here.
I'm hungry.
Okay, let's see. Oh, well, how about some Smucker's Natural? First ingredient, real strawberries. He hit the window again, didn't he?
How safe are you when you get a massage? Next, Inside Edition.
We're not taking any chances. I'll be fully clothed underneath this bathrobe.
What happened when this guy who had his massage license revoked came to Lisa Guerrero's hotel room? Then, Gunther.
This is the richest dog in the world.
Really? Worth $400 million? Really?
I work for the dog.
The new expose. Next, Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
It's going to be a mostly cloudy day with a chance of a few showers, but a high of 41.
Ooh, that'll feel good. A little different.
It will.
Look at outside for a little bit today.
Did you?
It was brisk. I had shorts on.
Oh.
Brisk.